Yo, 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 yo. Another Hidden Hand Truth Talk Nation moment. This is Judah Woke Ace. We got T Mills will be back next week, and we got Mark from 7 Mile. What's going down?
What's the word? What's the word? What's the word?
Man, you already know there's a lot of stuff going on. Hold up, I'm trying to click on this. Man, we already know, man, where we going to start it off. We got the breaking news coming up out of Nashville, Tennessee, with the school shooting has been identified as a transgender that used to go there. So not only was it was a school shooter coming up out of Tennessee that shot, 9 kids? 3 of them was like 6. I think 6 of them was 9. So that just coming up out of the breaking news right now. I just seen.
So how many? So they said 3 kids was killed. I don't know how many got shot.
Yeah, 9 total. I think
9 total.
Yeah, 3 babies got killed, something like that. 3 babies.
So far, I mean,
the 6-year-old. I think they was 6. But the transgender shooter named Audrey Hale, Hale. I guess that's how you pronounce it. Audrey Hale. That's breaking news coming up out of Tennessee. So what's going on, man? What you think about that, man, Mark?
I mean,
that's crazy.
What is there to think, man? It's just another school shooting. You know what I'm saying? And it's sad that I will say it like that. It's like it's another school shooting. Because,
right.
Like we just had, what was it, last month at Michigan State?
Yep, Michigan State.
And when you came in the studio, was talking about it. I'm like, well, we about all on par for another one. It seems to happen every month now.
But now we getting all kinds. We getting the transgender school shooting shit. What is it gonna be next? We had the dude from Michigan State. He was a black guy. Then we had the dude that shot up the Batman. He was the Joker. I mean, shit. Next we're gonna have midgets. I mean, shit. Everybody's shooting. Man, come on. Why don't we get some protection for these babies at these schools instead of having them as no gun zones?
Yeah.
That's how we have to start sitting down having these discussion, people.
As opposed to all of the gun laws that they're trying to make it more strict and get guns. It's not gonna help.
Right. You're gonna make the area. You're gonna put up signs right in the area for sitting ducks. Oh, this area has no guns in it, and if you get caught in this area, you get more time. It's not working.
At all.
That shit came out when it was like in the 80s, 90s, the school zone during the crack era. We're going to have to sit back and reevaluate these people as parents. You know what I'm saying? So, shit, man. We got these school shooters out here. Now we got transgenders. We got the jokers. We got black, white. We had the Mexican one down there in Texas. Next, I mean, shit. It's all nationalities now just shooting up because you making the area easy for shooters or people with mental problems to go in and shoot. That means nobody in school got a gun. The principal, nobody. Security, they just got a metal detector inside the school. So yeah, man, that's sad to report. To start off the show like that. But damn, you know what I'm saying? It's crazy, man, Mark. But we live in America, man. Live in America. Now they're gonna say, oh, we need to take care of the guns. No, let's evaluate these school shootings as, no one's there to protect them. You putting up signs right outside the schools. This is a school. This is a gun-free zone. Just sitting ducks, but Anyway, let's get on with today's thing. Title was the transgender Nashville school shooter has been identified as Audrey Hale. You can go to Judah Woke Instagram and catch out the news article and the picture. We also just showed the picture.
Yeah, we just showed the picture.
The dude that looked like
Marilyn Manson, man.
That's like Marilyn Manson that shot up something, man. I mean, it wasn't Marilyn Manson, but the dude. But they identifying him as a transgender woman. It should be.
Well, they just saying woman. They just said it was a woman first. That's right. What I heard. You the one that told me that it was now looking at him.
Nigga look like Robin, man. Batman's sidekick.
Come on, man.
With some mascara. And allegedly, I guess he went to the school. That's what they saying. Allegedly, I guess. And the school is a Christian school. So what did these Christians do to this dude? Did they talk about him or something? Because what I'm saying, he was identifying or something, or they was punking him. Why take it out on the kids?
Right. It's an element like, come on, man. What is
right?
Crazy, man.
Right. Yeah. Let's get into these news, man. So we're gonna hit the acceleration real hard right now. We're going to hit into this Detroit news. Because this fentanyl is just, what I'm saying, while they got us going on all these stories, the fentanyl is out here. It's crazy. I know. You know, we think my aunt was a victim of the fentanyl a couple years ago, and it's just crazy out here in the streets, man. Mark, you know,
Yeah, man. And my cousin just passed away. You know what I'm
right?
saying? Shit, 2 days ago, man. I'm heard about that shit, man. Still right now. Yeah, and I believe that was the culprit, man.
Fentanyl. So you got out here, you got these street pharmacists that's basically then turned into street doctors. You're getting the cheap fentanyl. They cutting it with who knows with what. They dropping it on everything from candy. We reported to they had cut some areas with the Halloween. What else? They got the fentanyl shipments coming in through China and through the border. But we gonna get into the fentanyl stories right here in Michigan. Massive
Farmington Hills.
Massive fentanyl shipment up in Farmington Hills. 190,000 in cash. 7 pounds of fentanyl in Farmington Hills. So that's the Farmington Hills. If y'all don't know, Michigan is on the border of Detroit. So now you see where it's flooding in at. Mark, it's flooding in it. They in the suburbs flooding into the city. So you thinking people around the corner down the street got the fentanyl? No, it's in the hills. And we're gonna segue into the next story. In Michigan, massive fentanyl shipment from Grand Rapids. Enough fentanyl to kill everyone in Michigan. Every citizen. 20 kilos, over 20 kilos of fentanyl.
Yep.
So the fentanyl seems to be in the suburbs, Mark. Or they getting so rich, that's where they hiding it at. Because you think the people up in these cities is the ones that's mainly holding some fentanyl. They probably is. But the fentanyl is so cheap and they can profit off of it so quick. They getting these busts in the suburbs. So now you see why we got these people running the streets, walking the streets like zombie. It's like right here in Michigan in certain parts, man, Mark. It's like what's the series? The Walking Dead. Literally, if you go over there to Brightmoor, right there on Finkel or 5 Mile and Lasher, just pull up there in the daytime.
It said enough fentanyl to kill everybody and every person in Michigan.
Right. And so Michigan, I think we're topping off at what? I forget what is it, 14 million or 20 million residents, citizens? Probably a little bit more because you're talking about the illegals. So we got enough fentanyl on that one bus to kill every citizen all the way to the Upper Peninsula of Michigan.
That's a fucking shame.
And y'all at home watching BMF? These niggas clocking. We got a bunch of big meaches out here now off the cheap fentanyl. And so you see why you go to places like Arizona, Detroit, Chicago, LA. Not only is it in the cities, it's tearing a hole in the suburbs. Suburbs then turned into the city. That's why Trump and them like, hold up, That's why I think, this is my prediction. I think Trump gonna get back in office.
The same shit I said.
Because he said, I'm gonna stop all this. I'm gonna stop all these illegals. I'm gonna stop all these MS-13s, these drug dealers. He gonna stop the blacks, the white, everybody who touching the fentanyl. If he get back in office, people, you're gonna see a mass exodus of immigrants getting locked up and shipped up out of here, and a lot of new prisons being built. And that's what they want. And the people is going to congratulate it. They're going to say, yeah, we need, just like how we was, our elders was in the crack era. Like, oh yeah, it's too many Chamberlain brothers. It's too many Big Meaches. It's too many Maserati rigs. It's too many. Lock them all up. It's just going to do a whole 360, Mark. They can't even lock this nigga Trump up. They announced that they're going to lock him up. That nigga said, you lock me up, it's going to be mass destruction and death. Death and destruction. Damn. This shit getting crazy. So we're going to, go off into these next stories. Man. We're going to stay in Detroit for a minute. Because, the fentanyl is tearing us up. Not only the fentanyl, people is losing their homes. So we got the Detroit councilwoman said she's worried that residents is blaming land bank for losing their homes. But a lot of these people was out here getting scammed by scammers and paying rent and rent to own to people that didn't even own the property.
Didn't even own the fucking house.
But this shit been going on, man, Mark. We've been heard stories about this. What was it, like 15 years? If you're still paying shit to that to some people and you ain't doing your investigation, and anybody can print off a contract nowadays. I mean, shit, my 9-year-old can print off a contract from LegalZoom.com and take your rent money. If you ain't doing your investigating right now, yo, after 2008 and the land crisis in Detroit, I can't say it's your fault, but I'm like, well, damn, you need to get some internet. They got some free internet hotspots all on these corners. You got these bridge cards and these Medicaid cards, and y'all ain't up on the net and investigating these niggas, going downtown and seeing this is a reputable landlord or owner. Come on now, people. That story right there kind of bothered me because I'm looking at the people like, man, it's 2023. We was going through this, Mark, in 2010 in Detroit. So I don't know about that story. We're going to come back on that story. Detroit, you know what I'm saying? If y'all ain't get, sometimes, man, you can't just go on the news and complain, oh, they got me, man. Come on, yo. We in the tech era right now. And a lot of people going to be left behind, man, on certain situations and getting info, man, if you just ain't applying yourself. So, don't want nobody calling me. But anyway, or, trolling me on the net. Let's go off into these next stories. We got the Nigerian politician and his wife, man, Mark, got caught red-handed organ harvesting over there.
I seen that shit too, dog. I didn't even know that was a story that you put up. Where's the picture for this shit?
And so we fresh off to the people that got killed and kidnapped in Mexico going to get BBLs, right? With the income tax money, we think, or maybe they saved it up. We don't know. But a lot of people is trusting these foreign doctors. Flying over to Nigeria, going to the Bahamas, going to Mexico, getting these going down to the Dominican Republic. Man, you think they don't got your health, your records? You going down to these foreign countries with a bag and some fresh kidneys, man, Mark. I mean, come on now, man. Come on now, Mark. So I gets a 2 for 1.
Oh, my God.
I gets a 2 for 1, people.
That's not funny, man. But why
you go down there with some fresh young kidneys. A lot of these is young ladies, you know what I'm saying, in their 20s, 30s, some of them 40s. Kidneys, bones, arms, eyes, everything is for sale when you down there. Plus, you bring in a bag. And so now we see stories like the Mexican story where the people thought they were just going to take a road trip across Mexico and go get a BBL. And got hemmed up by the Mexican cartel because what is the second most profit to the cartel? Is organ harvesting. It's fentanyl and organ harvesting. Everybody thinking it's dope, crack, heroin. No, it's fentanyl and organ harvesting. More than crack and heroin nowadays.
Tell them, dog. Tell their ass.
So you're going down there with these income tax money going to Dominican Republic. I can't say a lot of people went to the Dominican Republic and got some right BBLs. But the foreigners know you coming. They're like, look, we can kidnap these people and take their bag. These people is poor. We post-COVID people. Everybody trying to hit a lick. So what else we at? Let me see. Cause these stories is crazy, yo.
While we're talking about Uganda.
Yeah, we got Uganda. We got Uganda right now. Since we got the transgender shooter, we got Uganda saying, hell, if you're a transgender or gay over there in Uganda, it's automatic death penalty. They passed it last week.
Damn.
So U.S. says since y'all passed that bill, we not gonna give y'all $1 billion of aid. And you know what they told the U.S.?
Fuck you.
Fuck you, man. We got that in the ground. We got 10 times that in the ground over here in Uganda, man. We don't need your money no more. Especially when
Money
you
ain't
got
worth shit.
right, it ain't worth nothing. Plus, we got Russia and China offering more. They offering 3 billion. The U.S. trying to lowball now. We the U.S. bitch. You ain't gonna give you 1.5 billion. And they're like, man, fuck y'all, man. You people ain't nothing but they fitting all out. They sick. Everybody's sick over there. We crazy. We shooting up each other, killing. Man, we ain't taking y'all money, man. Matter of fact, we don't even want your aid. We don't want no food from y'all. We don't want your medicines. We don't want none of that. So in the future,
America is burning right now, man.
America right now, we watching right now the fall of a real empire. Anytime they about to arrest a former president on a sex charge, man, that's low ball. That's like the lowest, because if you go and watch all these stories, we didn't report it that they was on there with prostitutes. Hell, Kennedy had Marilyn Monroe. Hell, we had what's the one with Clinton? We had Clinton had a secretary prostitute. Come on now, yo. None of them got arrested. So we right now watching the fall of America when Uganda tells you fuck off. They used to want our money like, okay, we need it. We need y'all rice, grain, the whole nine. They don't need it no more, people. Let's get rid of that story. Because now they looking for stories, people. They looking for y'all to stay occupied, stay focused on something else. Because they brought Trump back to YouTube and Facebook. We got that pick after a 2-year ban. They brought Trump back so y'all can stay on them stories while the banks is crashing. While the San Fernando Valley Bank crashed a couple weeks ago. And they right now talking about regional banks, which is your Chases, your Huntingtons, your Citizens. They talking about we ain't funding these people no more. So this is where we at right now, people. Because, Trump didn't return to YouTube. And let's get into this banking crisis. We're going to get out of these little crazy stories right now. We're going to get into these banking crises. J.P. Morgan Chase last week can be sued by the Virgin Islands over the Epstein sex trafficking claims. So they're like, you done down there ruined our rep of the Virgin Islands. We're going to sue these banks. Because the banks was what? Funneling what? For the sex trafficking or organ harvesting. They was funneling this money, man, Mark, through the banks. And right now we're going to see the top banks, the 5 top banks, JPs, the Wells Fargos, the big banks ain't going to loan money to the smaller banks. Because everybody was in on this. But right now we at the point of big bank take little bank. The little bank is the banks we bank with. So we got the pick of J.P. Morgan Chase can be sued by the Virgin Islands over the Epstein sex trafficking claims. So let's get into this new banking crisis that's about to hit. They about to hit y'all with. While y'all focused on the Trump, the transgender shooting, the midget stabbing somebody, the crack, the fentanyl. We gonna slowly take this money and make it digital. They got a program coming out in April called the FedNow program, which most of every transaction, down to your groceries, down to, I don't care if you buy a piece of candy, is going to be digitally tracked. And the program is set to start in July, but the pilot program is going to start in April. If you don't believe me, let's roll this video right quick, man, Mark. FedNow video. Let's get into this FedNow digital banking pilot program.
David Rockefeller, the Trilateral Commission has been an arm of the globalist deep state since 1973. Last week, at their annual meeting, a speaker who cannot be identified according to commission rules said that we are now in a period of structural inflation that will last for decades. They said that the free market is over and industry now sets policy. And they said that this year, 2023, is year one of this new global order. Days later, the Federal Reserve Bank announces a July launch for their new FedNow service, which was first announced in October of 2021. The too big to fail banks and all the large processors are already on board, and so is the U.S. Treasury. The first week of April, the Federal Reserve begins the FedNow pilot program for early adopters to become certified participants to help the Fed confirm readiness for their July launch. FedNow is an instant payment processing system that seeks to be the base of all digital transactions, acting as an umbrella company to manage all financial payments. This has been shown to be the gateway to a central bank digital currency, CBDC. FedNow is much like the Reserve Bank of India's instant payment system, the Unified Payments Interface, or UPI. UPI has had huge success in converting rural communities into a complete cashless society. According to the International Monetary Fund, UPI democratized the payment system and paved the way for central bank digital currencies. Central bank instant payment processing is also how the Central Bank of Nigeria introduced its CBDC, Naira, which has been, so far, violently rejected. Reporting for David Rock.
So there you go. The FedNow program. So while we busy on these stories, man, Mark, they gonna bring in this new digital pilot program that's piloting in April and starting up in July, but you don't see a commercial on TV about it. They ain't even talking about it. They just gonna bring it through. You're like, what's this Fed? Oh, they offering me a new $50 if, you know what I'm saying, to just sign up and just, then July, oh, this is, you gotta sign up for it. Or your money can't transition over. Yeah. This 2023, 2024, man, is shaking up to be some shit, man, Mark. We got the elections this year. I don't see a Democrat candidate. Do you see one? Where's they at? It should be, they should have rolled out one by now. We in what? April coming up? This week? Saturday is April? And
shit,
who?
it was in November and shit.
But everybody know the Republican candidates. It's Trump and my man, Ron DeSantis. But nobody knows the Democrat candidate. I find that weird right now. Is they planning on having an election this year? What the fuck going on? They like, we ain't even roll out one because shit, ain't gonna be no election. But that's just me speaking. Cause I was just the other day, I was, telling my OG, my mom, like, man, where's the Democrat candidate at right now? We in March. I don't even see him. Is they gonna roll out Hillary again with the hot sauce? I don't know, but that's just saying weird right now. Well, let's get into some more weirdness. Panera Bread pairs with Amazon for palm reading scanning checkout. Here we go with the digital. You don't need no money. They just said, I just showed y'all the video with the FedNow is coming. In April is a pilot program. In July, they're going to fully implement this, man. So Panera Bread already getting on board. Them McDonald's, I'm quite sure y'all have been to McDonald's. They got a menu you got to go to now and pick your order and hit it with your credit card. So we already 60-70% cashless. You go to a Piston game, no cash. This is real, y'all. You go to a concert, oh, no cash, cashless. So you're already using it. Debit cards, Cash App, Zelle. You're already cashless. People don't carry cash on them like they used to. What else we gonna get into? Because, what I'm saying, we post-COVID, it's so many homeless and people that lost their jobs, and there's so many jobs out here. But you got to be tech savvy to get these jobs now. So in LA, to curb the homeless population on the streets of LA, the city has voted to play classical music for the homeless. We living in La La Land, yo. Like you said, Rome is burning. United States is falling. This is right now when you see in history, when you see empires fall, you start seeing stories like this. Where the people has failed so low to where we don't even care no more. Playing classical music for the homeless, is that gonna get rid of them, Mark? It's gonna put niggas to sleep. Can you imagine going down, man, Mark, downtown, man, to the where the homeless at, man? They down there playing Beethoven and some jazz. Yeah, these is real stories. I know this shit funny. Yeah. So we got Panera Bread with the palm reading checkouts. We got, while you sitting there worried about these stories, every day you wake up, people going cashless. Even some of your damn dealers out here, these niggas is taking cash apps and shit. These niggas like, niggas, shit. They taking cash app for the FedNow. So, nigga. But, you know, we're going to get back into this banking crisis. So right now, I got a video of the Secretary of Treasury, Janet Yellen. This is the United States Secretary of Treasury. She not even for sure if your money going to be safe. Just listen to her, man. Listen to the stuttering. Let's roll this video right quick, man, Mark.
I need to be able to drill in on a couple of things. Let me start with some of the banking issues we're dealing with on it. Will the deposits in every community bank in Oklahoma, regardless of their size, be fully insured now? Are they fully recovered? Every bank, every community bank in Oklahoma, regardless of the size of the deposit, will they get the same treatment that SVBP just got or Signature Bank just got?
A bank only gets that treatment if a majority of the FDIC board, a supermajority of the Fed board, and I, in consultation with the president, determine that the failure to protect uninsured depositors would create systemic risk and significant economic and financial consequences.
So what is your plan?
We made that determination.
Right. So what is your
banks.
plan to keep large depositors from moving their funds out of community banks into the big banks? We have seen the mergers of banks over the past decade. I'm concerned you're about to accelerate that by encouraging anyone who has a large deposit in a community bank to say, we're not going to make you whole, but if you go to one of our preferred banks, we will make you whole at that point.
Look, I mean, that's certainly not something that we're encouraging.
That is happening right now.
That is happening because depositors are concerned about the bank failures that have happened and whether or not other banks could also
No,
fail.
it's happening
And
because you're fully insured no matter what the amount is. If you're in a big bank, you're not fully insured if you're in a community bank.
Well, you're not fully insured. And
You were at Signature, and it just barely met that threshold. You were at Signature.
Well, we felt that there was a serious risk of contagion that could have brought down and triggered runs on many banks, and that's something, given that our judgment is that the banking system overall is safe and sound, depositors should have confidence in the system.
Y'all not ready for these stories, man. Some of y'all don't even give a fuck. And that's the U.S. Secretary of Treasury, yo. And she don't even sound confident. And this is the lady that's running y'all damn money. But a lot of y'all like, ain't shit gonna happen, man, to my money, man. I don't give a fuck, man. Okay. Because she telling you. Community banks, smaller banks, union banks, credit, what is that? The credit union, what is it? Credit union banks? Huntington, Chase, these smaller banks. It's really uninsured. If the big banks ain't gonna cover it, Like they said, if you ain't at the big banks like the Wells Fargo's, the JP Morgans, the federal banks, they gonna let this shit go down. He just said it. If y'all go back to this video, and when it end, go back and study that video of Janet Yellen and what she's really saying. He said, man, it's already happening. People are already moving their bank, their money, they large depositing bank money over into the larger banks because they know they covered over there. So the smaller cats like us that's running around with these little debit cards or these savings, I got a savings. If that shit ain't over 200, if that shit is under 250,000 and you ain't moving to a bigger bank, they can just say, look, man, that bank went down. Just like the San Fernando Valley Bank, man. That was one of the major banks out west. One of the major regional banks, the middle banks, community banks. And if they go down, then most of the people in the U.S. go down. Because if you can't wake up and get your money, then how you gonna function? And what you gonna do to eat? Because a lot of us is living check to check. We don't have over 200, what is it? 2,500 in the bank. That's just the average U.S. citizen right here in 2023. Yeah, some of y'all like, I got more than that. Yeah. Some of y'all might have something more than that right now. Yeah, you got income tax right now. And some of y'all might just really save. But the majority, black and white, here in the U.S., is living check to check. It's one check away from losing a house, one check away from the heat getting cut off, the water getting cut off, one check away. So if something mess up for a week or two, Mark, that's going to throw a whole monkey wrench in the game. But none of y'all give a fuck. So let's move over to these stupid stories. We got Jonathan Mayers of Creed 3 running around with a Becky, being charged, I think, with domestic violence, strangulation. So just as like you a black brother, you think you up, we gonna bring you down. And what's up with these niggas with these Beckys, man? Running around with the Beckys and hitting them and beating them and shit. You ain't learned your lesson, dude? Jonathan? Shit. Was he beating her like he was in the movie?
Come on, Judah.
But he had to if they had to sit there because it made TMZ. I mean, you know what I'm saying? You beat Becky up, man. That shit gonna make TMZ. And that was supposed to be one of the major movies of the first part of the year. What's my man? What's the star he in? What's the star of my man? Michael B. Jordan. That's the trilogy to the Michael B. Jordan saga, the Creeds. So the one that's in there that's fighting Michael B. just got charged or is being charged with strangulation of a Becky. I bet a lot of the women didn't even know he was dating a Becky. That done fucked him up on that.
They was trying to market him to like he was some kind of sex symbol
right.
and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Brought him right down. Oh, he dating a what? Nigga done lost half of his damn fans, man. And about the endorsement deals. Shit. You know. But that's the type of stories y'all want right now. Y'all want these type of stories. Y'all don't want no bank stories or nothing like that. Nothing that's gonna happen and if that's about to happen in some weeks. Y'all don't need that. Y'all want to know about it. Y'all just want it to happen. So we're gonna talk about some more stories like that. So we're gonna talk about Kellogg's cereal shit. Kellogg's is splitting up. It's gonna give it to y'all like that. Kellogg's is splitting up into two. Favorite cereal company, man. I love me some Fruit Loops. They got the Snoop Loops out. You seen the Snoop Loops? Man?
Snoop Loops?
Yeah, Snoop got his own cereal, man.
Oh, okay.
And they selling out too. It's like his cereal is like $9, man.
Damn.
$12.
Is it weed in it? Like what?
I don't know. But Snoop got a deal from General Mills or Post, they distributing it, man.
Man, he better make some weed cereal, man.
I don't think he got the weed cereal, but he actually got the cereal and cartoons and shit. So Snoop, the cereal game is money. It's $1 billion company, man. I mean, $1 billion industry, man. You got Kellogg splitting into 2 mega companies. They making so much money off the grains and the Kellogg's, man. The Frosted Flakes. They got the Frosted Flake Pumas that came out. Y'all see that? Google them. The Frosted Flake Pumas. Come in the Frosted Flake box.
What?
Yeah.
Man, is you joking?
No, I got here. But anyway.
What? No, wait a minute.
Google it, man. The Frosted Flake Pumas. Them bitches is hot, man. They got 2 kinds. Yeah, come in the Frosted Flake box. So Kellogg's is getting into all kind of. They didn't split into. They saying one company's gonna stay straight cereal. The other company I think is gonna be called North American Cereal. They're gonna deal with the because they own Pop-Tarts, granola, all them little snacks. They don't deal with snacks. They don't want to touch the cereal. They don't want the cereal and the snacks to you know what I'm saying, mess with one another. So they just gonna split into 2, like kind of how Bill Gates did with Xbox and Microsoft. Just making too much money. So now you got Snoop Loops, man. They like, shit, we got to do something. Snoop Loops is out there. Oh, you got the also another thing too. Lil Yachty got his pizza out at Walmart, man. I was at Walmart yesterday. Lil Yachty got pizza. These rappers. Called Yachty Pizza. Is in the frozen section, y'all. What's some shit? Lil Yachty got his own pizza, frozen pizza. This nigga got garden pizza and he got pepperoni. I said, these rappers, these niggas. But that's good. At least they investing into something but gold chains and diamonds and shit. You investing into something that's gonna better your future. Your kids, your family. So big up to Lil Yachty. Right. You got Snoop Loops. You got Snoopin's into a lot of shit, man. Snoopin's into cereal. This nigga got the Meta. Remember he got like the Meta property. Snoop got Corona. Snoop is like damn near he's competing with Shaq for the most commercials. Him and Shaq is competent. Him, Shaq, and the damn my one man Morgan Freeman. Them niggas be in some commercials. But that's we got one more story. Another story, man. We got a Minnesota. Now this is serious. Minnesota nuclear plant had a leak in December. It was leaking out something like 400,000 gallons of nuclear waste out into the streets and shit. That's some shit. Because this is the shit your boy Trumpy, the Orange Man, was talking about. Like infrastructure is corroding. Our streets. I flew into Detroit. Remember he said he flew into this bitch and the airport was bumpy and the damn roads into the Detroit. What the hell is going on with America? I'm like, man, Trump, we been going through this. This ain't nothing. That's why niggas roll trucks. Right. So Minnesota nuclear plant, man, is shut off after his second leak in December. So shit, that's something major right there, man. We got nuclear leaks, man. We got train derailments. Another train derailed too out west. I think in the Dakotas or something, and spilled some toxic waste. What's up with these spills, man? It's just gonna the whole America in a couple years is gonna be a whole landfill. Just spills everywhere. The water contaminated. The air, flying balloons. We got spy balloons. What's going on, Mark?
Going on.
We got monkeys escaping out of. Remember the monkeys? They escaped with the virus. In the hills of Pennsylvania. Shit is a movie in America, man. We laugh at this shit, but these is all stories, man, that y'all should care about. Because when it happened, you be like, oh man, how did that happen, man? Listen, man, if you go back to some of these past stories, we done damn near warned you. We got rolling blackouts now. They got blackouts all in the hills, man, in the suburbs, all in the city. We got an episode, if you go back, called Rolling Blackouts. We already knew this was coming. Now they got DTE, Mark, on trial. Talking about they was purposely, or they wasn't prepared. They let it happen. The last power outage. So they telling people we ain't gonna let it happen again. Yeah, so that's pretty much about it, man. I think you got anything, Mark?
No, man.
This shit crazy. So, you know, right here on the hidden hand, we break it down real fast, real quick. Because while y'all looking at Trump to get arrested, right around the corner of Minnesota, you got nuclear waste just leaking all into the water. Spy balloons all just going over. Just hey. Shit leaking into the air. They burning it. Niggas sick. Medicines. All kind. I don't want to get into it all. It's just everything. It's just toxic everything. The chickens is fucked up. I think we had the chickens. What? Chickens ain't hatching eggs like they used to. The feed was messed up. There's all kind of stuff going on, people. But what I suggest before I get up out of here, do your research. Don't just look left or right. Look up. Look up and see what's up. What your people used to say, man, pick your head up. Look, pay attention. Because a lot of us is being played out here. And that's all I got, man. This is Judo Woke Ace, man. If you want to catch me, hit me on Instagram under Judo Woke Ace. I got some stories I don't even talk about on here, you know. They like throwing them red flags up, Mark.
Oh, man, you just... Yeah, you know I know.
I don't even want to, you know, they like
catching them right with your ass.
Man, it's like traffic tickets around this bitch. But they just let Trump back. Because, you know, Trump going to say some stuff. They let him back, man.